A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back in the Jfsc Society Premier League, season number 3. It's a game between the Navjivan Warriors and the Crescent Bay, and coming to you live from Khalsa Cricket Ground. And three dot deliveries to start with. Excellent piece of bowling this. And starting from the other end today, not the commentary box end. And the shorter side will be on the leg side for the first 10 overs. An opportunity for the right hand batters in the first 10 overs. And this time it's a wayward delivery, it's a full toss, it's a no ball, and chance of a run out maybe, but they get across and they get off the mark. It's off a no ball, and they get a couple of runs and a free hit coming up now for the man on strike on his very first delivery here. An opportunity for him to free his arms straight away. Never easy facing the free hit on a very first delivery, but he will fancy himself. And he's slapped that one hard through the offside. There was only one fielder. He hit it towards him, but it's a misfield and it's gone away to the boundary. So making full use of the free hit. Not quite very intended. Not quite the way he wanted it in, but he will take the 4 nonetheless. And the first boundary of the innings and the game. It was struck really well, but the fielder should have done better. He's given away 3 certain runs to the opposition. So Sunil Kapoor, the man, and another bye this time. Once again, a misfield by the wicket keeper. It has been a decent start by the bowler Jonty, but he's given away that no ball which has spoiled his over. And also the wicketkeeper missing that one. So already 7 on the board. One more to come in this first over. This time hit through the gap, and that's a wonderful boundary. An excellent shot, that one. Picking the gap to perfection. Playing it towards the point and the gully fielder right between them. And it will be 11 on the board after the first over. So Mahendra Kothari is going to bowl the second over now. And he is going to continue coming over the wicket, just as his partner Jonty. And nicely played once again. And once again, he's found the gap. The ball is racing away to the boundary. It finds the fence once again. A superb shot, that one. That's the third boundary through the offside. Making full use of the pace of the delivery and guiding it to perfection once again. So both the openers dealing in boundaries at the moment. This time it was Sunil Kapoor with that perfect shot. In the previous over, it was Gautam Das. Well, Sunil Kapoor has got a couple of boundaries now. One of a misfield and now this one. And he's looked for that gap once again. Wow, what a good shot that is once again. Superbly timed once again. Just using the pace of the bowler. Once again, a similar kind of a delivery, and he's very much ready for that one. Just guiding it past the fielders. Once again, he's hit that one through the offside, but this time they have opened up the gap and kept the fielders back on the boundary line on the offside. There is a deep point and a deep extra cover, and just a single taken on this occasion. So the field change working for them. They have changed the result from 4 to a 1, but can't really be any more attacking now after those first few boundaries. And this time the ball just skidding through, and a red dot delivery in this over. So a huge over this one. Already 9 off it, 2 more to come. Those couple of boundaries and a single. Once again hit through the offside. That's beautifully struck. And that's another boundary. Making full use of these power play overs. He knows exactly where the fielders are. And once again it is pitched up and driven perfectly. So what a good start this is for the Crescent Bay. Once again guiding that one on the offside. But this time just a single. So a very expensive over this for the bowling side. 14 coming off it in the end. And at the end of the second now it is 25 without a wicket. So Chonti continuing here, and this time it's hit through the leg side. That's the first time in the game that they have used the onside here, and they get back for a second. Nicely done there by the fielder, chasing after that one. So a very good start this one for the Crescent Bay, setting a platform for themselves inside this power play. And once again guided nicely on the offside, and a single taken. So maximum of the runs coming on the offside, just a couple on the onside so far. Maybe time for them to change the line and length. And once again, it's on the offside, played in the air this time, and just over the fielder inside the circle. Once again, a bit of a hesitation. They decide against it in the end. So just a single. And this time an appeal for a leg before wicket. A bit of a hesitation, chance of a run out if he hits. But he misses. He was very close to the stumps. And they scamper across in the end eventually. This time played towards mid-off. And he didn't quite charge on that one to take the catch. And it keeps it to a dot. Well, he could have gone for it. That was a chance, you would say. A half a chance. And they need to take those half a chances if they want to stay in this game. And if they keep on batting this way, these two openers, the Crescent Bay will be running away with this one. This time a swing and a miss. Trying to hit one on the onside on this occasion. So a change in the field, the substitute fielder coming in there. 30 on the board after 3, and it is going to be Kaushal Trivedi now to bowl this fourth over. And he starts off perfectly, and he's hit the stumps. He saw the non-striker stepping out of his crease, and he was very active there. And this time it's flicked the pad. Well, in fact, the umpire thinks otherwise. Has been given as a wide, and they get across for a bye too. So a couple of more runs added to the total now. This time hit hard, and that's gone away to the boundary once again. And once again, it's on the offside, finding the gaps once again, playing it along the ground, and superbly struck once again. Absolute carnage by these two openers here, getting some quick runs. Sunil Kapoor moves on to 18 now, 18 of just 9 deliveries. This time picked up, and a misfield once again, and the ball is once away, racing away to the boundary, but the fielder does well in the end there to get across, and a couple of more runs once again. So they continue to play the similar line outside the off stump, and Sunil Kapoor and Gautam Das continuing to play that line to perfection. It is very much in their arc, and something that the Warriors might have to change. This time maybe a chance of a catch, and he couldn't quite judge that one. It's gone over him, and that's gone away to the boundary too. So the first boundary on the onside, it's gone over the mid-on fielder. Once again, you would say that was a chance to get the first wicket. The fielder taking too long to judge on that one, and the ball in the end just trickling away to the boundary. These two enjoying themselves out there now, especially Sunil Kapoor. To end the over, so a good comeback after conceding 12 in the first four. At the end of the fourth, now it is 42 without a wicket. So a change in the bowling once again, and it is Prasham Kundalia coming in to bowl this fifth over. And he starts off by giving away a dot. A decent start this one for him. And he would be hoping to continue in similar fashion, or maybe even trying to get the wicket here. And he has done that. An excellent delivery there, hitting top of leg stump, right through the batter. And finally, they get their first breakthrough, the Warriors. And it will be Gautam Das taking the long walk back to the pavilion. He was looking really good out there. He had settled himself down there. And a big wicket here. An excellent delivery just on his second delivery. He gets his man. And that is the reason he was brought into the attack here in this fifth over. So 42 for 1 now after 4.2. So it's the left-hander, Nikhil Dhawan, coming in here at number 3. It's coming around the wicket now, the bowler. An excellent start this for him. 3 consecutive dot deliveries. One of them a golden dot delivery, a wicket. Getting a W to his name. Departing the opener Gautam Das, who probably played second fiddle in the opening partnership. And this time it's picked up in the air. And chance of a run out maybe. A direct hit was needed. And just wide. And they get across for a single. So the first run of the over. Still 2 more deliveries left in this over. Just the 1 run of it. And back comes Sunil Kapoor on strike, who is looking really good out there. And that is exactly the line that they should be bowling to him. All the bowlers who have come in so far have bowled that fifth stump line, but this time right on his body. and not able to free his arms through the offside. So a rare dot delivery here up against Sunil Kapoor. So just the one run of the over and the wicket. A very good one this for Prasham and his side. Can he close it out nicely here? This time charging down the track and straight to the fielder. And a misfield will allow them to get across for the single. And that single will not only be an extra run but also keep Sunil Kapoor on strike for the final over of the power play. At the end of the fifth now it is 44 for 1. So a directed this time and he's gone. A bit of a mix up and they have lost the second wicket now and it's the big wicket of Sunil Kapoor. What a huge wicket will that turn out to be? Only time will tell. They should have been able to make it across. And it's the big wicket of Sunil Kapoor. It's not just a wicket. He was looking really good out there. And in a spot of bother all of a sudden here, the Crescent Bay trying to take that quick single through the leg side. And he was too casual in the end. Not quite dragging his bat down. And the umpire signaling that out. So all of a sudden, a couple of wickets gets them right back into this one, the Warriors. And it is 44 for 2 now after 5.1. So Rahul continuing in the sixth over. Finally, some spin being seen here. Starts off nicely. And this time he's hit that one hard, and that will be his first boundary. Superbly played once again through the offside. Taking the aerial route up against the spinner. He knows the fielders are inside the circle, and he's latched onto it beautifully. An extraordinary strike through the offside. So it does not matter if they keep on losing the wickets, they are going to continue getting those boundaries. It was Dhawan this time, and now he's joined by Karan, and once again he's gone over the fielder at long off, and that will be another boundary. So back to back boundaries for the new man in. Superbly played this time. This time guiding it through the offside. Just a single. There is protection out there. So just the one more delivery left in this over, and for the first time we will see Karan on strike. So Rahul deciding to come around the wicket, and he's found a lot of turn there, bowling it right into the rough. So he ends it with the dot delivery. And at the end of the sixth now, the power play was concluding. It is 53 for 2. So it is going to be Prasham to continue. And why not? After bowling that exceptional over, conceding just the 2 runs and taking the wicket. And now he's going to continue coming around the wicket up against the left-hander Nikhil Dhawan. So the fielding restrictions have now been uplifted. 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring. And they have kept a deep extra cover once again, very close to finding that outside edge. Just playing with the mind of the batter there. So there is a deep mid wicket, there is a long on, there is a long off, a deep extra cover, and a deep point, who is mainly like a sweeper there, right in front of square. This time bowling it down the leg side, maybe just flicking the pass. The umpire not calling that as a signaling that as a wide. And they have done well to keep that one in. Superbly fielded there, good backing up as well, and they get across for a couple of runs. Well, that is what happens when you have some young blood in your team. This time hit in the air, and it's gone over the fielder. That's gone away to the boundary too. It's played perfectly in the region where there's no fielder out there on the boundary line. Just playing it over the fielder inside the circle, and easy 4 more runs for Nikhil Dhawan. Moves into the double figures now. So even after losing those wickets, they are continuing to play in this fashion, continuing to get those boundaries, not settling on the back foot. And for the first time, Prasham concedes a boundary. And this time, played straight to the fielder on the offside inside the circle, the cover fielder there. And this time hit hard down the ground, just a single towards the fielder at long off. So a good comeback after conceding the boundary. And now comes Karan on strike for the first time in this over. Just his second delivery, and just the one more delivery left in this over. And he's found an inside edge, and they will scamper across this time for a single quite comfortably. So that'll close out another over, another good one by Prasham, just the one boundary. And at the end of the seventh now, it is 61 for 2. So Rahul continuing here now, and he starts off with a dot delivery up against Karan, who is still very early in his innings. Just the three deliveries faced, got off the mark of the last delivery of the previous one, and this time an easy catch. It's a soft dismissal, finding the outside edge, the ball just looping up in the air and straight into the hands of the fielder at point, and that's the third one down now for the Crescent Bay. 61 for 3 now. Once again, the batter just feeling the pressure of the dot balls, going for the big one through the offside and couldn't quite middle that one. And an easy take for the fielder. So a wicket here now for Rahul as well. 61 for 3 after 7.2. So in comes Karan Jaju now at number 5. And he starts off with a wide one there, Rahul, up against the left-hander. Well, that is the issue of the left-hand, right-hand combination. Whenever the right-hand batter is bowled to, he has to change the line. And this time nudged on the leg side, and another single taken. So Karan Jaju getting off the mark of his very first legitimate delivery. And brings Nikhil Dhawan back on strike. So a couple of left-handers at the crease now. And once again, nicely bowled by Rahul. Once again, excellently bowled there. So keeping things tight in this over, Rahul. He's got the wicket and given away just the 2 runs. And one of them also coming off a wide. He's got underneath that one, Nikhil Dhawan. And that'll spoil the over for Rahul. Beautifully picked up on the leg side. And 6 runs coming off the over in the end. This time pitched up towards the batter. And the angle for the left-hander helping up against the left-handed off-spinner. And at the end of the 8th now it is 67 for 3. So Dipesh Buffna continuing here in the ninth over, and they are using the right arm off spinner's angle up against the left-handers. It is Karan on strike, starts off with the dot delivery. He's gone for the big one this time. He's latched onto it, but straight to the fielder, and they get across for a single. So just a single on that occasion. This time hit down the ground and getting across for another single. So keeping things tight here. The Warriors doing an excellent job after right on the back foot in the first 4 or 5 overs or so. This time a low full toss, going for the big swing towards the leg side, but there is protection out there on the boundary line. Well, there's no one inside the circle on the leg side, so it is a very easy single if they manage to squeeze it on the leg side. And also there is no one on the leg side behind square, so the plan is simple: to bowl it outside the off stump. If he makes that mistake of bowling it on the pads, it is going to run away to the boundary for sure. And this time he's gone for the big one down the ground, and it's gone sailing over the fielder at long off. For a second, the long off fielder felt that he was in play for a catch, but it's good enough in the end for Nikhil Dhawan. He's striking the ball superbly at the moment. He moves on to 26 now of the 16, and 9 coming off this over. One more to come. This time hit hard and nicely fielded by his own bowling. And another over comes to an end. Just the 9 of it at the end of the 10th now. It is 76 for 3 as we head into a short drink break. Well, there is one more over left now before that drinks break and before we change the sides. And Prasham will continue into his third over now. And they are wanting to get through this middle order here. The Warriors trying to take those wickets. And this time it's hit the pad and the ball just trickling away. They get across for a leg by. And it brings Nikhil Dhawan back on strike, who is on 26 of the 17 at the moment. And this time a slower one, and he's picked it up beautifully. He waited for that one and dispatches it once again through the leg side for another boundary. Well, the square leg was inside the circle, and he's used that to full use. Superbly played once again. Well, that is the issue. If he picks up the slower ball, the field is set right for him, and this time maybe an outside edge, a big appeal, but the umpire says no. Very close to the outside edge on that occasion. It looks to as if maybe it had a deflection on that one, but who knows? The umpire not interested. So for now, Nikhil Dhawan survives, and he is batting beautifully at the moment. Once again, outside the off stump. This time played on the leg side. So just the one delivery left now in this over, and only 6 runs off it. Once again, Prasham bowling superbly well. This time played down the ground, and chance of a run out maybe, but they survive in the end, getting across for that quick single. So 7 runs coming off that over, and at the end of the 10th now, it is finally the drinks break. It's 83 for 3 now. So Deepesh continuing now in the 11th over, and a change of ends. He is coming from the combox end, coming around the wicket to the left-hander once again. And Karan doing the right thing there, taking the single and giving the strike back to his partner, Nikhil Dhawan, who is striking the ball beautifully at the moment. Batting now at 31 of just 21. And he's picked that one up. He's played it inside out, and that's gone all the way. What a sweet connection that one of the bat. It sounded ever so good right from the moment it left the bat. And it's gone all the way. That's the first six of the innings as well. In fact, the second one, and both have come off the bat of Nikhil Dhawan. They need to get this man out here, the Warriors. Otherwise, he'll be running away with this game. If he plays out the 20 overs, maybe even 200 will be on the cards if he keeps on batting this way. So a lot of dew out there on the ground. So the bowler just wiping the ball whenever the ball gets across the field. And this time an outside edge towards the fielder, a short third. Nicely bowled, gets a dot delivery in. This time he plays it on the offside. And they get across for another single. A bit of a hesitation in collecting that one. So a dot delivery. One more to come. And it's been a very tight over here by Dipesh apart from that six. And at the moment, if you see Karan struggling somewhat, 5 of 7 for him. And it's a leading edge. It's gone straight up. Wicketkeeper getting underneath that one. Takes it safely. And Dipesh gets the wicket that he deserves. And now they are 4 down. Once again, going for the big hoik. Well, that is exactly what happens when you face those dot deliveries. The pressure keeps on building. And he wanted to go for the big one through the leg side. And ending up mistiming it and finding a leading edge right into the hands of the wicket keeper. So well bowled and nicely taken. And the score is 92 for 4 now. So Sagar Sinha comes in now at number 6. And once again, another partnership broken. So now they will have the left hand right hand combination once again out there in the middle. And straight away played nicely on the leg side. And a throw in by Dipesh. And chance of an overthrow as well. That was poor backing up. And a couple of runs is what he starts with here, Sagar Sinha. So that closes out the 11th over now with the score at 94 for 4. So Kaushal continuing here, and that's trickled away to the boundary. Well, not where the batter intended, but Nikhil Dhawan will take those runs. It's been given off the bat as well. So a good start to the over this one. And this time played on the offside smartly and a single taken. So a good over this so far by Kaushal. He's given away the boundary, but he's been very unfortunate that one. He's bowled exceptional deliveries here so far. And this time hit hard through the offside, but he finds the fielder on this occasion. They get across for another single. And this time a dot delivery to continue here. So the pressure keep on building once again on the batting side after losing that fourth wicket. And this time a swing and a miss. Just almost finding the outside edge. So this is a really good over here by Kaushal. He's conceded the boundary which shouldn't have been a boundary, and now taking those dot deliveries. And dot deliveries not just normal dot deliveries, it's off Nikhil Dhawan, who is really high on confidence at the moment. And this time he nudges it on the offside. They take the single. So at the end of the 12th now, it is 101 for 4. And this time he's clobbered that one. And that's gone sailing over everybody, even past the building, across us. And we will need a new ball after that one. A superb blow, that one, of the very first delivery of this over. So Dipesh continuing after being hit for that six, and this time played in the air on the offside. And a misfield once again. A total gift here for the batsman. Kaushal putting a lot of pressure on the batting side in the previous over, and it's all taken back here after that monstrous hit, and now this misfield. So once again starting to get those quick runs, and it seems like that ball is back here, and we will continue with the old ball. For a second we thought that we have lost it, but it did not go that far as we thought. So what does the pace do now? This time nudged on the offside. Nikhil moving on to 55. He has set himself and his side a huge platform here. A chance for him maybe to get into the triple figure mark as well. We will wait and see. This time a swing and a miss. So a rare dot delivery, and the Warriors will be mightily relieved to see Nikhil Dhawan off strike. That is their best shot at the moment. Getting those dot deliveries and the singles in, avoiding those boundaries by keeping Nikhil Dhawan off strike. And once again a big swing towards the offside, but he misses out. So back-to-back dot deliveries, a good comeback here for Dipesh. Just the one more left in this over. He's given away 11. This time hit hard, and they are getting across for a quick single, but the wicketkeeper maybe just a little too slow, and maybe a chance of an overthrow as well, and they will make it quite comfortably. The long off fielder getting across, it took him a while. So 13 coming off the over in the end, and that will close out the 13th over. At the end of the 13th, it is 114 for 4. So a change in the bowling and the bowler getting the similar treatment as others. This time it's off the bowling of Pranay. Once again inside out. He favors that area here, Nikhil Dhawan. And he moves on to 59. Another boundary for him. So 118 now the score. Still 6.5 overs more left. Once again played in the air. A chance maybe. It's fallen just short of the fielder there. And he scampers across for a single. You just got to admire the innings that Nikhil Dhawan has played so far. He's made that. He's made those 60 runs in no time at all. So Sagar Sinha on strike. This time it was a low full toss. Couldn't quite connect that one. And another dot delivery. So Sagar Sinha at the moment struggling out there. He's got the 5 runs, but he's taken 6 deliveries for it. He needs to get the move on. He needs to strike as quickly as Nikhil Dhawan if they want to give themselves any chance of posting a huge total here. This time trying to do the smart thing, trying to take that single to give Nikhil the strike back, but he's missed out on that one. And back-to-back dot deliveries once again in this over, just like the previous one. And this time it's missed the batter and also the wicket keeper, and they will get across for a bye. So the Warriors missing the trick there. They need to keep Nikhil Dhawan off strike. It will favor them as much as they can. There are still another 37 deliveries left in the innings, and the Crescent Bay will be hoping that Nikhil Dhawan faces at least 25 of those. If he faces 25 of those, it will be really a huge total. And this time played smartly through the offside, and a misfield once again. They are getting back for the second, and they will make it quite comfortably in the end. So another over comes to an end at the end of the 14th. Now it is 122 for 4. And Rahul continuing, and a huge appeal and given by the umpire. And now they have lost half their side here, the Crescent Bay. He was really struggling out there, Sagar. And finally, the Warriors get the breakthrough that they wanted. They have broken another partnership, although Nikhil Dhawan stays at the crease. This time trying to that one and missing it completely and was totally plump and a very easy decision for the umpire. He won't get an easier decision than that one. So 122 for 5. So Janil comes in now at number 7 and he gets off the mark instantly, taking the single and doing the right thing of giving the strike back to his partner. His partner Nikhil Dhawan, who is playing a sensational hand out here. Rahul getting a couple of wickets here. So Nikhil Dhawan back on strike and he is not going to miss out on a low full toss. Beautifully dispatched once again down the ground. This time it will be a boundary just short of the maximum. It was played right down below us here in the com box. And another boundary here. So Nikhil Dhawan continuing to play in the similar fashion throughout the innings. Moves on to 66 now. He scored more than half the runs here for his side. And this time a wide. It beats the wicket keeper as well. And it will go away to the boundary. So 5 bonus runs here for the opposition. Not what he intended, the bowler. And the ball just racing away. And the wicketkeeper will not be happy at all with that one. So another wide delivery on this occasion. And once again it will race away to the boundary. In fact, the umpire having a big thought of that one. And he's asking the batter, well, in fact, it's given us 5 wides. The batter said no, and the umpire agrees with him. So 10 bonus runs here for Crescent Bay. And this time he's picked that one up. And the fielder couldn't quite get his hand to that one. And once again, it's gone all the way by Nikhil Dhawan. Beautifully hit this time down the ground over the fielder at long on. And now he is starting to take those risks as well. And he's moved on to 72 of just 37. Once again hit hard, but this time the cover fielder is out there at the boundary line and it's gone through him. It was hit that hard, the fielder couldn't even get his hand to that one. He's made a total mess of that one. And another boundary here for Nikhil Dhawan, moves on to 76. He's toying with the bowlers and the fielders out there. And this time a much better delivery by Rahul. So a dot delivery to end the over. At the end of the 15th now, it is 147 for 5. So we are into the slog overs now, and Kaushal will continue. And a hesitation, chance of a run out, and he's gone. What an anticlimactic end to his innings here, Nikhil Dhawan. He was playing superbly out there and now has to depart for 76. A bit of a mix up out there. It was played straight to the fielder. The batsman on strike just wasn't interested at all in the run, and he was more than halfway through it. And nicely done there in the end by the fielder and the bowler. And they have lost their sixth wicket. Well, how costly will that prove to be for the Crescent Bay? It's 6 down now, 147 for 6 after 15.1. So Jubin comes in at number 8 at the non-strikers end, and he's gone. Another run out, total mix-up out there, and it's a diamond duck for him. He's gone without facing a delivery, and 7 down now. The Crescent Bay. All of a sudden, a couple of run outs and a total mishap out there. Maybe this turned the game once again in the favor of the Warriors. They just can't afford to do something like that. A easy run out once again. 147 for 7 now. So in comes Vikas Pal now at number 9. And still they have quite a few deliveries left in this innings and the danger of being bowled out here. The Crescent Bay. This time nudged on the leg side. He gets off the mark instantly. Takes the single. This time played on the offside. And straight to the fielder. So trying to keep things nice and tidy here at the moment. The Warriors trying to get back into this game. And once again, almost a mix-up. So just a single. They are right back into this one, the Warriors, after those couple of run-outs. And this time just past the outside edge. So that closes out the over. An excellent over in the end. At the end of the 16th now, it is 149 for 7. So Pranay continuing here, and he starts off by giving away a single on the very first delivery. So a huge opportunity here for the Warriors to get right on top in this game. Once again, a Yorker length driven down the ground towards the fielder at long off. Nicely collected, just a single. This time, once again, finding the fielder, another single. So doing a very good job out here, the Warriors, in this 17th over. This time he's got underneath that one. Has he got the distance? Yes, he has. It's gone just over the fielder at long on. And another maximum. Huge cheers from the Crescent Bay Pavilion. Once again getting underneath it. And just over the fielder there, another 6. And they bring up the 150 as well. 158 for 7 now after 16.4. And Vikas Pal in on the act. And this time just finding the outside edge. Played towards the fielder at short third. And a single taken. Once again hit hard and chance of a catch, and he held on to it, but it just popped out in the end. An excellent effort in the end, a valiant one, getting big cheers from his partners, deserving a standing applause. And this time hit through the offside and another boundary. So a perfect start to the over. And this time it is Janil with that shot. Once again placing that one superbly well and getting those quick runs in. So just the 17 more deliveries left in the innings. Mahendra continuing here in this 18th. He's into his second. This time a swing and a miss. Not quite able to get through here. The Warriors not quite able to take the wickets in and restrict the opposition to a low total. They are batting well here, these two now. They have got those boundaries in. He's picked that one up on the offside. And the fielder has done well there to keep that one in play. Just a single. This time he's picked that one up down the ground. And he finds the fielder. Pranay on that occasion collecting the ball. And another single taken. So keeping things nice and tight here, the bowler, Mahendra. Mahendra Kothari has conceded 20 runs in his 1.4, going at an economy of 12. And once again, it's gone towards the fielder at short third, and they get across, and they get another single in. So keeping the scoreboard moving at the moment. One more delivery left in this over, the 18th one. And he ends with the dot delivery. So that closes out another over. At the end of the 18th now, it is 167 for 7. So it is going to be Kaushal Trivedi to continue in the penultimate over of the innings. He's conceded just the 21 in his 3 overs. And he starts off nicely once again. Brilliantly fielded that one. Getting his toe onto it. And another dot delivery. So trying to hit that one hard down the ground. And Kaushal doing an excellent job there. This time it's picked up. And this time it's gone all the way. A huge hit. It's up into the commentary box. And that's the six he was looking for. It was hit once again straight as an arrow. It went high into the night sky and all the way. So Janil with his first six this time. And now the ball just skidding through. And this time going for the ramp shot, trying to be innovative. And he's done superbly well. He's got another boundary here, Janil. Playing with the mind of the bowler. And superbly placed that one past the fielder at fine leg. He knows exactly where the bowler is going to bowl. A premeditated one. And an effective one as well in the end. They are on to 177 for 7 now. They have another 8 more deliveries left. How many more can they get? Can they get into those 190s? So Kaushal Trivedi has proved to be expensive in this over. This time he's played that one towards the fielder at third man. Just a single straight to him. And it will bring Vikas Pal back on strike, who has hit that 162. Vikas Pal on 10 of the 7 deliveries and Janil at 22 of 17. He's made amends for the couple of runouts that he was guilty of. Vikas has hit that one nicely along the ground on the offside. He takes the single and keeps the strike in the end. So that closes out the 19th over with the score at 179 for 7. So no surprises. It is going to be Mahendra Kothari to bowl this final over. And straight away takes the single and gives the strike back to Janil, who is the batter who should be facing the last 5 deliveries here. This time excellently bowled by Mahendra Kothari, not giving away anything. So he's got 4 more deliveries left. Can he keep it tight? 180 is the score at the moment. Couldn't quite get the connection that he wanted on this occasion. Gets the single in. And just the 2 runs of the over so far, and it brings Vikas Pal back on strike. This time it's picked up and it's gone past the fielder, and that races away to the boundary. So the boundary that they needed in this final over, and no surprises that it has come behind or square, and Vikas Pal with that boundary. So if Janil cannot do it, Vikas Pal doing the job here for his side. So just the two more deliveries left now, six of the over, this final one of the innings. And this time he struck the pad, angling down the leg side. They get across for a leg by, an appeal for a run out, but the umpire not interested, signals that as a leg by. So just one more delivery left now in this innings, and it's going to be Janil to face that one. 186 the score. Can he get a boundary in to get them into the 190s? At one stage, 200 was on the cards. The Warriors have done well here, but still, this is a huge total when they come out to chase. It's not going to be easy with the dew out there. And this time he's done well, and superbly done by the wicketkeeper. He's run the non-striker out, and they end their innings here with the dot delivery, and they end the innings at 186 for 8. The target will be 187 when the Warriors come out to bat, and we will be back for the chase on the other side. So an early breakthrough here for the Crescent Bay. Not for one in the very first over, yet to get off the mark here, the Warriors. And once again, just past the outside edge. Shashank getting the breakthrough early on. And in comes Lucky now at number 3. He's joined Kiran. They have a huge total to chase down here, 187. Not going to be easy, especially if they keep on losing wickets. They have lost the first one in the very first. And once again, just past the outside edge. Excellent piece of bowling this. So no runs on the board yet. Not for one. And this time he's hit that one hard, but once again straight to the fielder. So a maiden wicket over for Shashank coming to an end at the end of the first. Now it is not for one. So Sagar Sinha is going to continue in the second over. And for the first time, it is going to be Kiran on strike. And he gets off the mark immediately of his very first delivery. Wanting to come back for the second, in the end, they decide against it. So the first run on the board now. And this time a swing and a miss. Right on the money there, Sagar up against Lucky. So not quite able to get away here at the moment. This time trying to get underneath that one. And once again that excellent Yorker length delivery. Undoing the batter. Right on top here, the Crescent Bay. Not giving away anything to the opposition. This time he's connected that one sweetly and he gets off the mark there, Lucky. And just the second run on the board. And this time just past the outside is the bat hitting the ground and given as a wide by the umpire. So the first extra conceded in this innings. And this time played back to the bowler. Excellent piece of bowling once again. one more to come. Once again, he hit that one hard, straight to the fielder, but a bit of a misfield. And there is protection at deep point, deep backward point to be fair. And another single to close out the second over with the score at 4 for 1. So continuing with pace, and this time a big inside edge. And this time the ball will trickle away to the boundary. The outfield is very fast here at the Khalsa cricket ground. And that's the first boundary of the innings. It's come via an inside edge, but they will take those, the Warriors. Still way behind in this game. The asking rate has touched 10. It's above 10 slightly now. And Kiran getting the first boundary of the innings. Shashank continuing here and threatening to take wickets at the moment. This time given as a wide by the umpire. And this time very close to the stumps. How has that missed the stumps? And this time he's got underneath that one. And that's the first boundary off the middle of the bat. It's gone all the way. In fact, superbly played through the offside. Picking that one up very nice and early. And that is definitely one of the shot of the day. We have seen quite a few. And this one will definitely be in contention for it. Once again, the ball just skidding through the surface. And not much that the batter can do. And they get across once again. This time it's gone through once again. Just a single. So one more delivery still left in this over. 17 the score now. Once again, superbly bowled and a dot delivery to end the over at the end of the third. Now it is 17 for 1. So Sagar continuing here, who gave away just the 4 runs in his very first over. And he starts off superbly once again in this over. This is really good by the Crescent Bay. Once again, trying to pick that one up on the leg side this time. And another dot delivery. And once again, he's trying to find that gap on the offside. This time he will find the fielder in the deep. So just a single taken. One more delivery left in this over. And this time very close to the outside edge once again. So another swing and a miss, and that will close out another over at the end of the fourth. Now it is 22 for 1. So Jubin will continue now in this fifth over, and time for some spin. The Crescent Bay right on top at the moment. And a bit of a mix up between the two, and they get across for a single. And this time hit hard, and he's found the boundary. A bit of a misfeel at the boundary line, and a welcome boundary this one for the Warriors. This time hit hard down the ground, but there is protection out there. The long off fielder there. This time nudged on the offside for a single. Superbly bowled once again. So just the one more delivery left now in this over with this medium pace. And this time a swing, a miss, a peel, a huge one. But the umpire says no. A bit of an excitement in the Crescent Bay camp. So that closes out the fifth over. At the end of the fifth, it is 29 for 1. So Adarsh Srinivasan is going to bowl the final over of this power play. Just the two fielders allowed outside the inner ring, and it is the third man and the deep backward point. And it was a low full toss, and the batsman misses out. That was a very quick one, and the batter too late to react to it. Lucky on this occasion, not quite lucky to get an edge on that one. Once again, trying to bowl that Yorker length, and he's done well, Lucky there to keep that one out. Excellent delivery that one, and superbly played as well by the batter. You have to give the credit and admire the way he dug that one out. And this time he's gone back harder at the bowler, but he finds the fielder once again. So the pressure keeps on building at the moment. The batting side not quite able to get away at all. The Warriors still long way behind in this game. They need another 58 from here on. This time it's gone underneath the bat. And four consecutive dot deliveries now by Adarsh. He's showing a lot of pace and talent out there. And this time he's done him. Finally, he's attacked the stumps and going right through, and he's castled him. And now they are two down. The Warriors in huge trouble inside this power play itself. 29 for 2. Have a look at that delivery once again. It was so quick, totally undoing the batter. And Lucky has to take the long walk back now. It is 29 for 2 after 5.5. So Ronak comes in now at number 4, and this time it will be a wide delivery. So he misses out on the maiden over here, Adarsh, and he will have to reload for this final delivery of the power play. So just the one more delivery left now in this power play and the over. And he's bowled once again superbly well. And this time they will get across for the single. So just the 2 runs coming off the over and the wicket at the end of the 6th. Now it is 31 for 2. So Jenny will continue now in this 7th over with his side right on top. Once again nudged on the leg side and a single taken by Ronak. So they really need some quick runs here now. Still 155 away from this target, 155 required of 83 deliveries. It's not going to be easy. Especially if they don't continue to get those wickets in. This time a low full toss, but straight to the fielder. Good footwork there on the boundary line. And another single added to the total. So not quite able to get going here at the moment, the Warriors. He's got underneath this one, but once again gone to the man at deep mid wicket. Again another single. And the Crescent Bay won't mind that at all. And this time a single taken down the ground. So keeping the scoreboard ticking, but they need some boundaries. The asking rate going higher and higher with every single delivery, with every single that they take too. And once again a low full toss, he's flicked that one, and that will go away to the boundary. So finally they get a boundary in. This time played behind the square leg fielder. Superbly placed that one in the end. So finally a boundary here for Kiran. It's been a while since one. This time he nudges it on the offside. Hesitation, chance of a run out. But the fielder has taken a lot of time there to collect that one. So another single that will close out the over. At the end of the seventh now, it is 39 for 2. So Adarsh will continue now up against Ronak. And he's defended it superbly well. Well, not easy facing him. He's bowling at a very good pace at the moment. This time he's defended it nicely. And a misfield there. So continuing to build pressure on the opposition here. This time a thick outside edge. The ball just flying past the wicket keeper and a single taken. You could just make out the amount of pace that he is putting on the deliveries here. Once again, the ball just flying away off an outside edge that almost carried to the fielder at third man. And this time he's played that one perfectly. Well, that's exactly the area that he's aiming for. That's the second time he's got a boundary there. No one behind the square leg fielder on the leg side. No one behind square at all on the leg side and making full use of it. All he has to do is just beat the fielder. And with the amount of pace that Adarsh is offering, he just has to flick that one and superbly, smartly played there. Yes, sir. So Jubin is going to continue now. And once again, it's flicked on the leg side. Well, they're not learning from the mistakes here, the Crescent Bay. They need a fielder there behind square. They are picking the gap perfectly. That's a huge gap. It's virtually a gap between the square leg and the wicket keeper. All he has to do is just nudge it between them. And another boundary here. And this time played back into the hands of the bowler. So trying to build some more pressure once again after conceding that boundary. 50 is also up, by the way, for the Warriors. 53 for 2 in this ninth over. And they're really trying hard to stay in this game at the moment. And this time, will that be given as a wide down the leg side? The umpire having a think about that one. They get across for a bye. And it is given as a leg bye. Maybe just flicking the pad. And chance of an overthrow maybe. But Kiran not interested at all. Kiran likes to deal in boundaries. So Kiran has moved on to 28 of just 19 deliveries now, supported by Ronak, 11 of 11. The score at 55 for 2 after 8.4. Only the 68 deliveries more left. Still a long way away, 132 more required. And these dot deliveries just keep on coming at the moment. And the pressure keeps on building. Once again, going for the big swing towards the leg side and misses it completely. And that will be another dot delivery to end the over for Janil. In fact, Jubin. And at the end of the ninth, now it is 55 for 2. So Sunny Shah will continue now, bowling this 10th over, and he's offered a lot of flight straight away. He's found a lot of turn as well. Once again, hit that one hard, and that's gone all the way to the boundary. So superbly hit this one. Trying to stay very much in this game at the moment are the Warriors. Another boundary for Kiran. This is a good contest between Sunny and Kiran. And it seems like Sunny is going to offer a lot of flight, and he's going to bowl slower through the air. Once again, he's waited for that one, and it's gone right down the straight throat of the fielder, and he's dropped that one. How has he missed out on that one? It just popped out in the end. He looked to be in control for a second, and the ball just spilled away from him. And Kiran survives, and Sunny is not happy at all with the effort that is put out there in the field. Once again, offering a lot of flight, and this time it's played along the carpet. And a boundary, finally, it's come off the bat. Ronak in on the act this time. And once again, offering a lot of right chance, maybe once again for the fielder at long off, but he's missed it completely. And he's made a total mess of that one. And it goes away for another boundary. So an expensive over this one. The third boundary of the over already. Still two more left. They have missed a couple of chances as well, though. And once again, the ball pitching right in front. And he's hit that one well once again. Another boundary here for Ronak. And the scoreboard keeps on building at the moment. That will make it 18 of the over. One more to come. And an over like this will make them feel that they are still very much in the game here. Once again, he's swung his bat towards the leg side. Another boundary. 22 runs coming off the over. Once again, superbly played. Pitched high up, and he's swept it superbly well. The square leg fielder was at the boundary line in front of square, a huge gap. And at the end of the 10th, now it is 77 for 2, requiring 110 more to win in the final 10. are back here after the drinks break. And straight away, Kiran has connected that one superbly well up against Jubin. And that's gone for a maximum. They are still very much alive in this game here. Are the Warriors. Only 104 more required now from 59 deliveries. And just the kind of the start that they needed after that big over the previous one. 22 coming off the previous one and now starting off with a 6. We have a change of ends as well. Once again going for the big one. A big outside edge. And the ball races away to the boundary. So 10 runs of the first two deliveries. And now they need exactly 100 more here. The Warriors. 100 from 58 deliveries. And this time a much better delivery, much better length. Not much that the batter can do. This time he has hit that one sweetly, but straight to the fielder. So after the end of the power play, it was looking very difficult for the Warriors, but they have somehow managed to come back into this game. They scored 22 of the previous over, 11 of this one now so far. This time hit through the offside, but straight to the fielder, getting that single in. One more delivery left in this over. And once again, a very good delivery. So a good comeback this in the end. After conceding the boundary of the first two deliveries at the end of the 11th, now it is 89 for 2. So Shashank continuing now in the 12th, and he's started off with an absolute wayward delivery and a no ball this time. That will be his first warning as well, and now a free hit coming up. So walking down the track and finding an outside edge, and the ball races away to the boundary. So not very intended, but it does not matter. He gets the runs on the free hit. Having a big wide swing at that one, and not the best of the starts for Shashank in this over. Once again, he's hit that one sweetly. He's played it in the region where there's no fielder out there. Superbly played. And they are really continuing to get some quick runs here. And are really right back into this one. Ronak moves on to 38. Once again, he's picked that one up. And that will race away to the boundary too. So a very expensive over this one by Shashank. And that will bring up the 100 as well for the Warriors. 102 for 2. And they require only 85 more of 51 deliveries. 3 back-to-back boundaries in this over. Shashank, who was absolutely superb inside the power play, has started to leak runs here. Ever since he's given that no ball, he struggled. Once again, walking down the track. This time he started to come around the wicket, and that's been given as a wide by the umpire. He had a long thought about that one and signaled it wide eventually. So that makes it 84 required of 51 deliveries. And the Crescent Bay will be thinking about what different can they do. At the moment, they are leaking runs. This time it's played back past the bowler, and they get across for a quick single. Once again, he's picked that one up, and once again, it's in the gap. What a good over this is once again for the Warriors. Exactly what they needed, and they have continued in this fashion. So 19 coming off this over, and Kiran moves on to 48 now. And he's hit that one once again in the gap. And once again, it will go away to the boundary. That will be his half century. What an outstanding innings this has been by him. And all of a sudden, they are right on top in this game here. The Warriors. 23 runs coming off that over as well. And at the end of the 12th now, it is 112 for 2. They require only 75 more to win in the final 8. So Janil is going to continue now. And they need to desperately break this partnership here at the moment. At the end of the power play, It was looking like it will just be a consolation from there on. It seemed as if the result was done and dusted. But instead, we are in a situation where the Warriors are in front now. Can Janil get the breakthrough here? He's gone for it again. Chance of a catch, maybe. Well, he went for it. He had to go for it. And in the end, it just went past him. Never easy when the ball just bounces off those practice pitches. The ball just racing away once again. And another boundary here for Ronak. He moves on to 47 as well. Another batter closing in on a half century. And now just 71 more required of 47. How have they managed to turn this one around here, the Warriors? He's got underneath that one, and that will go all the way. And that will be his half century as well. An outstanding 50, 53 of just 25 deliveries. And what a good partnership this is for the Warriors. Superbly played once again. And now they need just 65 more to win from 46. With 8 wickets in hand, you would fancy the batting side from here on. Especially when you have two batters out there crossing their half century and well set. Every delivery they face now is looking as if they are going to get the boundary. So what different can they do here? The Crescent Bay. Already 10 of the over after the first two. And once again hit hard and once again it's in the gap. How perfect is that shot? It's right between the fielder at long on and deep mid wicket. No chance for the fielders. And this time it struck the pad, huge appeal and given. And finally they have broken this partnership. The Crescent Bay, and they will be mightily relieved to see the back of Ronak, who was hitting the ball superbly well He was seeing the cricket ball like a football, and now they are 126 for 3 with the new batter coming in. An outstanding innings by Ronak coming to an end. They need just 61 more to win from 44 deliveries, and with that wicket, the Crescent Bay will feel that they are right back into this one. Maybe just hitting the leg stump there, and the umpire's finger going up. So Kaushal comes in now at number 5, and he starts off with a boundary. Straight away playing the shot in the air. And once again it is carved through the offside. And this time again it's gone through. Another boundary. The fielding has not been up to the mark for the Crescent Bay today. And back-to-back boundaries straight away for Kaushal Trivedi. Another huge over coming to an end. And at the end of the 13th now, in fact the 12th now, it is 134 for 3. So Adarsh brought back into the attack, and that is exactly why. And he has sent back the well set Kiran as well, and they are 4 down now. 134 for 4 after 13.1. Still 53 away from this target, and he's made things ever so easy for the batters who are yet to come in here. Superbly bowled once again by Adarsh, and he gets his second scab today. And both of them clean bowled. So the new man in is left-hander Pranay, and Adarsh just trying to make sure that he gets it right. And Adarsh is going to come around the wicket now to the left-hander Pranay. 53 required of 41 deliveries. One more wicket here for the Crescent Bay will put them right back on top. He's bowled a wide delivery here, not the plan by Adarsh. This time the ball just skidding through, and they get across for a bye. So some extras here. Brings the target down to 51 of 40, and the game very much in control of the batting side. But one more wicket here will put the Crescent Bay right on top. Can they get into the lower middle order here as quickly as possible? A lot of field changes once again for Adarsh. This time played superbly well towards the fielder at third man. That is how good he is. Adarsh just a nudge off the bat. The ball just goes flying through to the fielders at third man or fine leg. So once again he's going to change it to around the wicket here. He knows he holds the key here, Adarsh. And this time an appeal, but it was the bat touching the ground. They need exactly 50 more from here on. 50 required of 38 deliveries. What an outstanding spell by Adarsh so far. 2 for 13 for him in his 2.4. This time hit hard, trying to find that gap between the cover and the mid-off fielder. And he finds the fielder at mid-off. So just a single. And it brings Kaushal Trivedi back on strike. Just the one more delivery left in this over now. And he's got him. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Once again, targeting the stumps. Superbly bowled. And he's gone right through the batsman once again. That's the third wicket for him. And all three of them, he's clean bowled the batters. And they are 5 down now. 138 for 5 after 14. How just one good over can turn things around in a T20 game. That's exactly what Adarsh has done. He's taken 3 scalps now. And Janil will continue now. 49 required of the final 6. And we have just the 5 more wickets left now. And once again, the game is very much in the balance. They are right back in this one, the Crescent Bay. So Mahendra joins out there in the middle. He will be at the non-strikers end because the wicket was of the last delivery of the over. And it's the left-hander Pranay. And Janil will be coming around the wicket trying to use that angle, as they always do, up against the left-hand batsman. So 49 from 36. The asking rate just a little above 8. The asking rate at the beginning of the innings was 9.35. And he's hit that one hard, straight down the ground, Pranay. And a misfield has gone through Adarsh. Well, Adarsh has done a lot of good job in the previous over, but this time he's given away 3 extra runs to the opposition. It was a regulation piece of fielding there, and he's missed out there. And another boundary here, this time off the bat of Pranay, and that will ease a lot of pressure on the batting side. This time Pranay trying to go inside out, but Adarsh should cut that one off, and he does. And they come back for the second as well. Good running between the wickets. Already 6 of this over. This time a Yorker and delivery played towards the fielder at short third, and it's gone away to the boundary once again, has it? The chase is on, and he's done well in the end to stop that one, but they get across for a couple of more runs. Once again a misfield. The Crescent Bay allowing the Warriors to be on top here. So already 8 of this over now, halfway through it. Just the 41 more required of 33 deliveries. And Jainil once again needs a wicket here now. The Crescent Bay need a wicket desperately once again. He's hit that one on the offside, straight to the fielder at cover. A single taken, and for the first time, we are going to see Mahendra Kothari on strike. 40 more needed of 32. You got to fancy the batting side from here on, but wickets hold the key at the moment. This time shorter and played towards the fielder at mid wicket, getting his body behind the ball, done exceptionally well, keeps it down to just one. So Mahendra Kothari gets off the mark of his very first delivery. So 39 more required of 29 deliveries from here on. 5 wickets in hand, the equation. This time played towards the fielder at cover and just short of him. Didn't quite carry to him and just a single. So once again a very good over for the Warriors. At the end of the 15th now it is 149 for 5. So 38 to win of the final 5, and this is the over it seems like for the Crescent Bay. Adarsh into his final over, 3 for 14 for him, and all he has to do at the moment is just try and target the stumps to get another scalp here. He needs one desperately in this over, and it's played down the ground, wanting to come back for the second but sent back by his partner. This time played towards the fielder, a third man. The Warriors know very well how important it is to keep this over away. Just getting those singles will be enough for them. And this time given as a wide by the umpire, and Adarsh is just not at all impressed by the decision given by the umpire. He thinks that it flicked him, but a wide will allow them to get closer to the target. Just the 35 more required now of 28 deliveries in this very crucial over. Adarsh has just 4 more deliveries left. Can he get one at least for a side? This time very close to finding the outside edge. Once again superbly bowled. this time a thick outside edge. Once again, the ball just flying through off the bat and going to the fielder, a third man. Another single taken. So just the two more deliveries left now for Adarsh, and they are relying on him desperately to get at least one more in these two deliveries. He's kept that one out, Pranay, and he's played it smartly once again. Another single. And this time he's picked that one and just gone over the fielder there inside the circle, and another single taken. So an excellent over this one for the Warriors. They have avoided giving a wicket away to Adarsh, and another over comes to an end at the end of the 16th. Now it is 154 for 5. लंबा खींच लिया है. So Sagar continuing here in the 17th over. The equation 34 runs and the delivery is 24 with 5 wickets remaining. And a huge appeal straight away is been given as a wide by the umpire. It seemed to be nowhere close to the bat, but still huge appeal. They need wickets here, the Crescent Bay. And Saga starting off with a wide, not helping their cause. This time hit hard down the ground and a single taken. Played towards Adarsh once again. So Sagar coming around the wicket now to Pranay. And Pranay has hit that one hard, but once again straight to the fielder. Not quite able to get the boundaries in here, which they need. They need a couple at least. They don't want to leave it too late. That brings the equation down to 30 more required of 22 from here on. And finally, he gets the boundary that he was searching for. And it's come off the bat of Mahendra Kothari. Superbly played that one through the offside. And that will ease a lot of nerves in the Warriors camp. So just the 26 more required now of 21. This time hit down the ground towards the fielder at mid-on. Adarsh once again, who has been the pick of the bowlers, has taken some crucial wickets, but he's done his job. So 25 from 20 now, and he's held on to that one. My word, what a good piece of fielding that is of his own bowling. And they have finally got the wicket that they were searching for. That's 6 down now for the Warriors. Still 25 away from this target, and Pranay has to depart now. Very unfortunate for him. He had hit that one very hard. Back down the ground. Sagar coming around the wicket to the left-hander. And he was going for that elusive boundary. Struck it hard and exceptionally well held on there by the bowler himself, Sagar. So 162 for 6 after 16.5. 25 more required as they head into the tail now. So Prasham comes in now at number 8 with a side and a spot of bother. And an excellent delivery once again by Sagar. He finishes off with the dot. And this game is not done yet by any chance. And at the end of the 17th now, it is 162 for 6. 25 required of 18 deliveries for the batting side. So Jubin continuing here in this 18th over. क्या कर रहा है? So Prasham on strike now, who is yet to get off the mark. Once again, a huge appeal, and the umpire calls that one not out. And a dot delivery this time. Maybe just the impact outside the off stump. That would have definitely gone on to hit the stumps, but maybe, just maybe, the impact being outside off. And that is the reason. Well, the umpire has the best view on the ground, and he knows the best result on that position. So the pressure increasing now on the batting side. And this time an outside edge, and it's beaten the fielder there. And that's gone away to the boundary. Jubin is not happy at all with his fielder. And that brings it down to just 21 more required. In fact, 20 more required of 15 deliveries. Once again, a boundary just releasing a lot of pressure on the batting side, the Navjivan Warriors. This time given as a wide by the umpire. It was very close to the tram line. And that makes the equation 19 required of 15. And this time played towards the fielder at short third, and once again a misfield. But it won't prove to be costly. It will be just a single. Once again, Jubin just not happy at all with his fielder. They have made a lot of mistakes in this game here, the Crescent Bay. Something that they would be wanting to work on. And this time the ball skidding through the surface, and once again a misfield, this time by the wicketkeeper himself. And they get across for another single as they keep on inching closer to the target. Just the 17 more required now from 13. One more delivery left now for Jubin in his spell. This time hit through the offside, but once again straight to the fielder. And it keeps it down to just one. So that closes out another over. At the end of the 18th now, it is 171 for 6 with 16 required of the last two. So Sagar comes in to bowl this penultimate over of the game, and he starts off perfectly well. Just what they needed here. That's the kind of the start that they wanted. Going right through there. So 16 required of 11 now. And they need to try and keep Prasham on strike here at the moment. connected this one, Prasham, and he's played it nicely down the ground. Just a single. So they're getting exactly what they need at the moment. 15 required of 10 now, and the Warriors will be happy to see Mahendra Kothari on strike. They need that one boundary. Can't afford to take it to the final over. Another single. The Crescent Bay are holding the nerve here. The game is just getting tighter and tighter now. Somehow the Crescent Bay have managed to stick around in this game, even after the number of misfields that they have done. Had it not been for the misfields, they would have easily saved at least 20 to 30 runs, which would have kept the opposition much away from this target. But instead it is the other way around. Once again hit hard. Has he found the boundary? Not quite so. The fielder does well there. Once again just a single. And the pressure keeps on increasing on the batting side here now. 13 of 8 the equation. They are throwing this one away here, the Navjivan Warriors. He's picked this one up. Adarsh getting around and he's taken it. What a catch that is! He made a misfield in earlier on in the 15th over, and this time he's made immense. And he's made immense how? He's held on to one. He had a long way to cover at the long on region and superbly held. And they have lost another one here, the Warriors. They have thrown this away, it seems like. Superbly taken there by Adarsh. He's taken the 3 wickets, and now this most crucial catch of the game. So now then, 13 required of 7. And in comes Ronil Shah now at number 9. 13 required of 7. He will partner Prasham. How can they deliver here? The Navjivan Warriors. Once again, it will be just a single. So what an exceptional over this one by Sagar, coming to an end. Just the 4 of it and the wicket heading into the final over. At the end of the 19th now, it is 175 for 7. So Shashank bowling this final over and he starts off with a no ball. How criminal is that? That's the second time something like that has happened in this innings. And now a free hit coming up. Runil will face that one. That brings it down to 11 needed of 6. And an opportunity here for Runil on the free hit as well. Just not the kind of a start that they wanted by Shashank. And he's missed out on the free hit there. That will be a dot delivery. And the Crescent Bay are doing a very good job out here. They have turned this around here in the last 3 overs. And this time given as a wide by the umpire. So the Warriors staying in this game, aided by extras, 10 required of 5. So Shashank coming around the wicket now to Runil, wanting to change his line. And it's a top edge. Chance of a catch. The bowler himself getting underneath that one. And he's not going to miss out on that one. 8 down now, the Navjivan Warriors. They have thrown this one away. Just the 4 more deliveries left. 10 more required. And they have made things ever so hard for themselves here. The Navjivan Warriors. Excellently taken there once again. The bowler himself calling for that one. And throws the ball away in frustration. He knows how important that one is. And that should definitely seal the game from here on for the Crescent Bay. So in comes the number 10 batter. And superbly done there by the wicket keeper. He was aware, very much aware, that they are going to get across for the bye. And as soon as he collected that one, he came running in to chip the bail off. And that will be 9 down now. And 10 runs required of 3 deliveries. Definitely, definitely there's no way back for the Warriors from here on. So it is going to be Deepesh on strike now. 10 required of 3. And he's done him. He's ripped the bail off. The off stump goes apart. And they are bowled out here, the Navjivan Warriors. And the Crescent Bay have done the job here, winning this game by 9 runs by the barest of margins. They were very much ahead in this game, but that partnership, the third wicket partnership of more than 100, putting them right on the back foot. And they did superbly well, taking those last 8 wickets in quick succession and being successful in this game, defending this total of 186. Well, the Navjivan Warriors, they are bowled out here for 177, and you must say they have thrown this game away. They had a big opportunity and they have missed out on it. So that was it from another game in the Society Premier League. We will be back tomorrow with another one from the Khalsa Cricket Ground. Until then, goodbye.